any mids were magic power, it was like, yeah, good luck, you know.
Yeah, like the Ra with Gaia, just you're not gonna kill him if you're a mage.
Right, exactly. It was just so good. So, Suri, if you are in here again, man, my apologies. I appreciate you stepping out and, yeah, just no disrespect. Oh, man, I'm all
Man,
discombobulated right now. And it looks like Vomana taking a bit of damage here. Going to be able to get healed up, though, by Hell as they end up pushing this out. And Vomana already showing how annoying he is. Has been involved in, I think, 3 different kills. So, just really, really good play right now from Vomana. And he's just such a strong harasser. He's got such a long reach. Like, he affects such a long area. And then lives forever with his ult. Oh, but Hell walking into 2 is going to take a little bit of damage here. The Odin ult coming out, and good stun there from Agni to help protect a little bit. But, oh no, sorry, that was to do damage. And now Guan Yu going to get the stun. No, the immunity coming out, not going to get it. Heal is not going to hit anybody there either, just using it on himself. Omana going to get the knockup. Hell still getting chased down pretty hard. Is she going to be able to turn around and get any damage in? It looks like they're just going to be able to go away. Spoo now backing up here on Agni. And no real follow-up. It seemed a little discombobulated there.
Yeah, I don't know if that Guan should have went, you know, chase Agni that far. It was good that he got him out of the fight, but you really should just go back and help out your Hell. And especially to get the heal on her too, because that's going to reduce your cooldown timers. So you know, it's about Guan. It's really just about knowing what to use and when. A lot of people try to use the dash before they use the 3, and they don't realize that 3 is going to give you so much more damage on that ability, and your dash is going to be able to lower that 3 cooldown. So, you know, people need to start taking a little more advantage of that. Also, using the 3 before the ult is going to give it a lot more damage, and I don't see people doing that as well. So, a little tidbit for anyone that plays Guan.
Yeah, because it gives you protection and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I like about the 3 is people don't realize is it does give you those buff stacks and can make a big difference in a fight. Oh, actually, though, a lot of damage coming out by Hell onto this Bakasura. Going to be slowly chunking down Spray. Spray going to have to be careful here and not get too close to any of these waves. And it looks like no real action quite yet coming out from anybody. And on her is going to be casting a little bit. That Ares all going to be coming out. Freya using your out to counter it. The stun does come out. He walks onto the trap. And now they're going to be trying to chase this down. And it looks like they will be able to get away. And again, as everybody I'm sure is getting ready to say, the sprint is just too powerful. As they will be backing away. And so I ended up missing Guan Yu getting picked off there. So my apologies on that. But, man, that sprint is just too good.
Yeah, it's really just gonna not allow anyone to pick up any kills. So it is pretty strong, I would say. There's no way you're catching up unless you have a sprint.
Yeah, I mean, it's really gonna become, if you don't have a sprint, you know, you're behind, like it was with HOG. Remember people getting 4 or 5 on a team.
Yeah, even right now, the Hog mid, if you don't have Hog mid, you really don't stand a chance, because then the other mid is just going to keep taking your shield buff, and there's nothing really you can do about it.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, there's a couple things that seem like it's you know, a must-have, but I guess that is kind of what a meta is, right? I mean, meta is just a developing strategy, and it's a thing that you kind of have to do right now. But hopefully that should change.
Yeah, exactly, and it's kind of nice that it changes, because, you know, I think, you know, the same thing would just get kind of old. So I like that it's, you know, always changing. I don't know if it'll ever, you know, there will ever be a permanent meta. So it's good that they, you know, keep it interesting and really, you know, force you to think of new strategies and really ways of winning the game. So good job by Hi-Rez to be able to, you know, do that and still make the game work. Yeah, sure, you know, they're gonna force you to do some things like everyone pick up sprint, but hey, it'll change. So just get used to it, adapt, and then prepare for the next one.
I keep picking the wrong action. There's 2 things going on, and I'm saying, like, okay, I'll go to this one. Ends up never being the one that gets the kill, so my apologies, guys. As Hell was taken out in the mid there. Odin going to be giving a little bit of support. Freya still continuing to pressure. And did she steal that gold? I don't think. No, gold is still alive, just barely. Now Odin and others are coming in here as it resets. Bakasura looks like he will be able to pick up that gold. And Freya is going to be altless here for a little bit. Guan Yu now falling back. Oh, actually he has meditation, so should be re-engaging here soon. And now Artemis. Where is Artemis? All my hotkeys I'm remembering from last time. The dunk coming in, knocks her up, not able to get into position to get the stun. However, will be chasing, just misses getting the stun there. And now on her will be taken out between Artemis and Odin. So good turnaround there, as Lobster knew once the stun didn't hit was going to have the advantage, and Freya will be pushing this creep wave back. And Ares taking a bit of damage here. Oh, it looks like they're just cleaning up some creep. Never mind, not anything serious. And so it's going to be 4-3. The gold lead is slightly in the favor of BM, but still a very close match.
Yeah, not really a smart play there by that on her, trying to get the kill when he knows that Odin was there to pick him up. So just getting a little too greedy there, and you know, he paid for it by getting killed.
And Hell again getting ganked here, but with that sprint able to avoid a lot of damage. Now turning around on Bakasura. Bakasura getting taken down so low, but not able to get the kill. She's just going to use her light one and heal up off the creep. And Bakasura with that sprint also. We have 4 sprints again on the side of BM, 3 currently on the side of AG. So goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Ooh, we might have a little more action though. Is he gonna use the ult? No, just decides to fall back, so it ends up being nothing. My apologies.
Oh, it's fine. Good play by him. You know, Freya kind of has a little bit of low mana, but you know, you can't really see the amount, so it could have been enough for an ult, and could have had a wasted ult there. So good job by him to just kind of save it and, you know, get ready for that opportune moment.
Ooh, the stun onto Hell. I don't think there's going to be any follow-up. Agni, though, coming in here doing quite a bit of damage here on a Spoo. Spoo going to go immune. I don't know if he has his dash. Another ult coming out. Bakasura now using his ult, trying to follow up on Hell. Hell taking quite a bit of damage. Vomana, though, just going to zone him all the way back, already at half health. And there's the sprint coming out. The slow now onto him. Dashes away. I bet they're going to tower dive. Oh, they didn't tower dive. Wow.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. I guess, you know, Vomana not having his ult up. Maybe he got a little scared. And wait for those creeps come in, maybe try to take the tower and then go on him. If he stays in there too long, he might actually get killed.
And that mid tower now going down, gonna increase the mobility here of AG pretty well. So that's a good thing for them. And now Bakasura is going to be a little bit more vulnerable. Lobster really trying to put some pressure onto this tower, not going to be able to get it. And they are going to have that Bakasura Artemis Odin. So you're talking about when having Odin, you want 3 AD to really get the benefit of his attack speed buff. So we could see objectives going down super quick here, as Artemis usually just shreds through them with her attack speed buff, which you see her using now. Taking down that tower pretty quick now, focusing onto the creep, going to be pushing it back. And Vomana now might be coming in. Is on her going to be able to follow up? Nope, they're just going to fall back, and there's going to be no follow-up here. So it looks like a few players rotating over. They might be going for a push here. Not sure why there's so many. Maybe they're getting ready to do a Gold Fury?
Yeah, it could be possible. But their lane is pushed out, so they're going to be careful with that tower. The next creep wave should be able to get there. They do see that there are 2 of their members in right lane, so it wouldn't be that bad to try to get a fight here, or try to get that Gold Fury and bait that Baka out for a kill.
Yeah, and Baka just going to stay back wisely. Odin trying to leap away now as they're going to chase. Good whoop, though. Going to slow down this Odin. Odin taking a lot of damage here from Hell. Hell using the immunity. Not 100% sure why, as Freya getting chunked down. Her ult coming out now. Not really able to do too much damage. Hell is not going to be able to follow up too much. Freya going to use the sprint to get away. Bakasura now leaping away using his sprint, and he's going to get out. And now there's 2 sprints down. So no real follow-up really able to come of it, as Hell just going to go back to this creep wave and push a little bit. And yeah, it seems like there's a lot of poking going on and not really able to fully commit to any kills.
Yeah, no real advantage either in the poking. Both around the same HP. They're both going to have to back, and you know, just even trade there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, talking about even, it's 4-4. The goal differential is about 700, so nothing too spectacular really in any direction. And oh, Ares still going to get a couple chains onto this Guan Yu. Guan Yu using the meditation to get some mana back, going to be dashing away. Ares still committing pretty far. Vomana coming in here. Now they have Ares way out of position. Freya going to be getting slow. The sprint, though, is going to get him out of there. And Hell, is she going to be able to finish this? Oh, Bakasura just barely living. And now there's a lot of chains coming out here. The Odin ult is going to follow up. She tries to heal up. Is she going to be able to use the heal one, the light one? The ult now coming out. and she's going to get pulled in and killed. Two other players are going to be stunned. This stun now from Agni with the dash, doing a ton of damage. Vomana now trying to dash away. He is going to get killed by the chains. Good job after getting the kill to get him onto Guan Yu. Guan Yu now killed by the chains. Double kill going out to Ares, and going to get whooped is two of the players there, and on her going to be slightly defending this tower, and it looks like they're all rotating over towards gold, and now going to be able to really get this advantage. They have 2k gold lead right now. Is on her going to be able to steal this with his ult is the question, and looks like he's going to get zoned back by Artemis, and the Gold Fury will give them quite a substantial lead here. On her tries to get it with his ultimate, not able to, and now 3k gold lead in their favor with an 8-4 God kill lead, and BM doing very well again in this match and responding very well to that first game loss.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, you know, how prepared you have to be for certain situations, because one bad team fight could cause you quite a substantial gold lead and kill lead.
Yeah, and one thing that's a little bit different about this game than is some of the other MOBAs is the kill lead is not a direct correlation to gold lead, which is kind of the case in some other games. So something to keep in mind for viewers who may not be super familiar for Smite. Just because a team has a large kill lead does not often, or does not always mean that a team is completely out of the match, as we've seen some huge comebacks.
Right, and I think the only indicator that the kill score really is okay, they killed, you know, 8 people, so it depends on what you got to think about is how many did they kill at the same time, and what were they able to pick up, you know, while those other enemy players were down. So they picked up a Gold Fury there, great pickup, you know, and they were able to get 4 kills. So. And,
actually, Ares turning around onto this on her is going to get the change, does get the kill, and following up now onto Freya doing a ton of damage, and Artemis looks like she is going to be coming back a little bit, not too, a little too late though, so wow, good turnaround by Ares. But, sorry, finish your thought, as, yeah, you're talking about how the kills are an indicator of, essentially, I think you're going to get at how the team's kind of melding.
Right, it's just basically, you know, it's really, you know, you can't tell the lead by kills, but you can say, okay, what did they do objectively while those enemy players were down to get themselves a little ahead. And you see they picked up the Gold Fury and actually were able to get another kill because the On Her tried to steal it, and were able also to pick up all the side buffs. So that was a good. It's making good use of kills that'll also put you a little bit ahead, but not as much as objectives or a Gold Fury as we just saw there.
Guan Yu having to back up after the follow-up here from Vomana. Vomana trying to do quite a bit of damage here to Agni. The sprint from Odin allowing him to stay on him the whole time. And Odin, or Guan Yu rather, turning at the last second with his ult. So really unfortunate. I think he could have got that stun onto Agni, and that would have been the kill. So got a little too passive, and oh, just missed it there. Bakasura ends up picking up Freya, bringing the kill 10-4. And let's see here, Hell, I was trying to jump to Hell, is just going to be out in the middle and getting away here from Bakasura and a few others, meeting up with their team. And yeah, now 10-4, they have, the towers are the same. And yeah, it just seems like this is kind of like that first game where they got that lead. This time it's in the favor of BM. Last time it was in AG, and in BM now just slowly keeping it and slowly growing it, making it very difficult for AG to get back in this game.
Yeah, I think AG is getting a little disheartened there. You see Freya didn't even use her ult to try to escape from that Baka, just kind of gave him the kill. So again, we talked about, you know, using your abilities wisely, and that would have been a, you know, pretty opportune time to use her ult there and try to get away from that pursuing Baka onto her.
Yep, and you know, like, I mean, if you end up surviving, it's not a waste. It's better to live and use a cooldown than it is to die. So
exactly.
Yeah, so really unfortunate there. She gets picked off. It looks like Agni going to be duking it out here a little bit, pushing Vomana back, and they're just going to end up resetting. Nothing too serious coming of that. Ares looks like he wants to chase down this On Her. Good pushback and stun. And, oh man, my camera got stuck there. So my apologies. So yeah, it's really looking like this is going to be BM slowly, just like we talked about, that snowball get rolling, and it's not going to stop. Oh, actually, they all coming out from Artemis. Frey going to be using it to do quite a bit of damage here. Artemis taking a lot of damage. Now on her is going to use his ult, not able to do enough damage. And there's the ult from Bakasura to push him back. He's going to leap in there, doing quite a bit of damage to on her. On her just getting chunked out. Good stun. He might be able to get out of here now. Ares, though, I'm sure is going to get in range. Yes, for the 3. I thought chains were going to be coming out. I'm sure chains will be coming out any second. Ooh, he just decides to ult. Good ult though from, or I'm sorry, light 2 from Hell, and now the chain's coming out, not able to hit the second one. Hell's killed by Bakasura, and that's going to be 2 players dead for none, and that small advantage is slowly becoming a snow boulder rolling down that hill that will not be able to be stopped. So, oh, I just don't know what they can do here to really get back into this.
Yeah, and just, another bad play by that Hell. Could have easily cleansed herself instead of throwing the heal down to avoid the Ares ult, and just gets picked up there. So it's going to really hurt the team with her spawn time being in another 35 seconds. So they're going to be able to push that a little bit and get another Gold Fury.
She did use her cleanse, but it only hit Freya. And so just misclicking probably a little bit instead of hitting them both, because that would have been huge. I mean, her ability to heal, and she just gives so much support to a team. So yeah, really unfortunate there, as I'm sure the circle was just barely out. But it looks like we might have a Fire Giant attempt here coming out. And let me check the ward placement here. Blue team, being AG, actually has quite a bit to see. Red team sees very little, but you see him starting to gather over here. The ward did just go down, so they do see it. Fire Giant is at about half health, but they're going to have to get out of here. They do leap out, so Odin will be going out, and they're giving a half health Fire Giant up here to this red team, who is AG. So AG might get a free Fire Giant.
Yeah, and not really that bad of an idea for BM. Maybe trying to bait them getting Fire Giant, maybe lose a little bit of health so they can engage. They have that such a huge gold lead that they can probably still take them out even though they have Fire Giant. So hope maybe they'll engage on this, or...
Yes, they are, and Bakasura getting taken down pretty low, though. Going to have to fall back as Freya is using her ult. And good leap away using the sprint. Odin now jumping away, trapping Vomana in his ult. Freya, though, trying to get the slow, not going to be able to. They do pick off Agni there early. However, only 1 kill coming out. They need a little bit more coordination here and need to get their slows and everything to catch some of these players, as you see Artemis sprinting away. And, oh man, I feel like they should have had a few more there. It's really unfortunate they only got the 1.
Yeah, they really could have easily picked up the kills. I even think that it would have been pretty easy for them just with that gold lead. It's just, even with AG having that Fire Giant, it's just the gold lead would have made it a pretty even fight, or maybe a little bit more in the favor of BM, just because they were pretty far ahead.
Speaking of the gold lead, I don't know if you can see that it's at 8,000 now, or sorry, 7,000, 7.5 about, at 22 minutes. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, it's looking like one of those games where, it's going to be very hard for them to come back. They're going to have to do something with this Fire Giant now that they have it. I think one of them doesn't have it, but that's not that big of a deal. They need to really just take advantage of this Fire Giant and try to push, maybe even a team push a lane and have one person split push. But they need to do something here, otherwise they're pretty much out of this race.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the items here from AG. Vomana actually doesn't even have boots yet, but with that sprint, not really a big deal in his dash. On her here has Heartseeker and level 2 Executioner, so once he finishes that Executioner, his damage should go up quite a bit. Let's see, we have nothing really else that's super big. There is a Sovereignty on Guan Yu. That's actually pretty good. That will help out quite a bit in those team fights, mitigating a lot of the damage there. On the other end, we have a Chin's Blade and Executioner finished on Artemis. Rada Tahiti level 2 actually onto Agni, so almost has that finished. Chin's onto Odin. Witchstone almost finished on Bakasura, and other than that, nothing really too much of no. Oh, actually, Ares has his Sovereignty and has his Voidstone and has his Mark at level 1. So Ares doing very, very well.
Yeah, really smart build by Ares. He knows he's going to abuse his passive, which is really good. He's going to get the physical protection for all of his allies. He's going to get the magic damage and the magic protection with the stone. And he's just going to have a little AoE damage with that mark, and gonna have more damage. So those chains are just gonna really be able to do a lot of damage on someone if he lands all three. And
Yeah.
a little untraditional of a build here with the Freya. I guess getting the Chin's Blade maybe for that attack speed, but really her passive is just all about the magic damage. So pretty interesting to see her get the Chins that early for that 2 ability and the 1. But yeah, I would have built all magic just because of the passive and how it you get more damage basically off of just building magic. So interesting pick by that Freya.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see how that ends up unfolding and if it's really going to limit her. But, oh, we got a lot of damage here in the middle. Bakasura is going to get a kill on Hell. Harris is now using his ult. And Vomana taken down very low. Are they going to be able to get this kill? He's solo. They do get it. Guan Yu now ulting. And not, again, he spun at the last second, I think, and missed his 3rd hit. And now that's going to mean on her taken out. And Freya trying to sprint away. Whoops, only 1. And that's going to slow him down off. Good slow there from Guan Yu. Might be enough. No, the chain's now coming out. And now Guan Yu is going to try to dash away. Good stun, though, from Agni. The slows now following up. They get a kill. And the only person left alive is going to be the Minotaur here for AG. And a Gold Harpy now is going to be taken for free. And they have an 8,000 gold lead before the Harpy.
Yeah, that was just not a good engage. I saw some of them taking some tower damage. Not the smartest thing to do with that gold lead. Yeah, sure, you want to get an engage maybe with Fire Giant or just push some lanes, but you really don't want to try to be taking that tower damage, especially when you know they can just turn it around on you and make you pay for it, which is what they did there, and they pick up a Gold Fury. So that lead is just 10k now, and just really I don't think there's any coming back for AG. Might get a surrender here pretty soon. Fire Giant's going to be up. They'll probably get that and push, and you're just going to get the surrender there.
I unfortunately think it has hit that point where it's a one more team fight or we're done. If we lose this next one, let's just call it. And you just kind of get that feeling. Looking at this like, oof, a 10k gold lead, a huge level advantage. It looks like. I mean, there's some more players already at level 20. Bakasura's at 20. Odin's at 19. The rest are at 18. The lowest level is 18 on BM. The lowest level is Guan Yu at 13 for AG.
And 18 is the highest level on AG. So it's good that you pointed out. I think that Guan maybe doing a little bit too much roaming and not enough farm. Also, some of his ult initiations not that great. You kind of as Guan, you want to be able to hit at least 3 people with that ult. You don't have to initiate with the ult, so just maybe making some poor choices with that ult. But it happens. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, and Vomana taken out there, who is a big part of their ability to really zone. And now it's going to be a tower push here with that Odin 2, which we talked about. And you do see him this time giving up that tower. We talked about that before, so already have made that adjustment. So I do think that's going to be part of the strength of this AG team, realizing when to and not to fight. Already making a better decision as they're going to give up this Phoenix, unfortunately, as Anher and Hell are split pushing. But to be honest, I mean, this is kind of a last-ditch effort, which is really, I think, all they have left, as the gold differential now is at 12k, which is, oof, that's a lot.
Yeah, and it was smart giving up the tower and the Phoenix there. It's a Guan Yu. It's a 1v5, 2 if that Hell was there. But, with the Fire Giant, a 12k gold lead, they're just sitting ducks there if they try to engage. There's no point in getting killed and allowing them to push even further into their base. So good call by them, just staying back and just seeing what BM had in mind. But it looks like instead of pushing that middle tower, I would have got the middle tower with that Fire Giant. Instead, they're gonna get some buffs and then regroup and push mid and probably end the game.
Yeah, and with that right side weak, now's the time that you can really put on pressure, because your one lane essentially is gonna auto push, and which means you have essentially pressure on the Minotaur if your lane's up there, and then you can put pressure elsewhere. So one thing that I see a lot of people do in pugs is they get that one Phoenix and then they like all in immediately, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, like, why are you all inning? Just get another Phoenix and this is like for real good game. And so I mean, there are times and places where you get one and you push. I'm not saying there's not.
Of course, and I mean, there's nothing really that AG can do right now about it. They can't really push anywhere, so it's not like they're going to be able to push back that right lane to BM's base, because they don't want to get caught. The best thing they maybe could have done there was try to catch 1 or 2 of them in middle lane while the other 3 were going to farm and get buffs. But you really can't risk it, especially with that sprint. 15 seconds, they can get there in no time.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And now Vomana's going to have to defend that. You see Ares coming in here, only hitting 1 chain, but taking very little damage as he has that protection skill and the protection of his items. And now this middle Phoenix is going to be vulnerable as they come pushing in. Hell trying to push back the creep wave. And here it comes, though. The stun is going to hit 2 players. No follow-up, though, quite yet, as they didn't want to dance with the Phoenix being up. And let's see, I'm sure we'll see an engagement any second. There comes Ares. He's going to get an ult almost onto every player, I think. And nobody being pulled either because of skills or immunity. Guan Yu trying to ult is taken out, though, as he's so low level. And now Hell's going to get killed. Artemis now trying to get out there on her, going to leap away. And the Minotaur chasing down a couple players. I think with these 2 players dead, this is going to be all she wrote now that the Minotaur is already at half health. I'm pretty confident saying GG here. And wow, so really dominating performance.